Is there anybody, Cynthia, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. I guess it's just us. I mean, I guess we're not like dialed into the cultural center MCIC. Yeah, this was the Zoom link we were given.
Yeah, yeah. I just wonder if they can hear us, but I'm guessing they can't. Otherwise, they would be a square on the on the
Exactly. Let me make sure. I guess this did say it was the uh
2:30. Yeah.
well, definitely 2:30, but this the address, the Zoom address did say MCIC, didn't it?
Yeah, I just clicked the link in the message. Yeah. It's cultural center. You know,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
the location, but they could use that Zoom address anywhere. They don't have to be in that building necessarily.
right, right. Maybe it just, sometimes things start a little bit late. I know that I had asked Martine Zamora from the EdTech team to record this, to film it, not just do a Zoom kind of film thing.
Yeah, oh good. Yeah. I'm just so curious. I don't know anything about it. And it's like I'm just so curious about it. So that's why I tuned in.
Yeah, Ramon sent me the link to the first talk, and it's really interesting.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't see that. Oh,
yeah,
can you
I
share
can,
that?
I can. Yeah, I'll send you that link. Yeah, I was just watching it today.
Oh, here we go. They're coming in. Nice.
Well, I'm gonna mute myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Access granted.
Access
Access
granted.
Welcome. I'm told this is a day for fools. Is that correct? Seems I have arrived in a timely fashion. Though much that we will speak not conform to humor. Quite the opposite. This is a mask, if that is not clear. This mask is called DOQ. Its purpose is to speak from the future backward. Its purpose is to speak life to you. And as such, it must also indicate which paths do not contain life. You are strivers for collective liberation, is that correct?
Yes.
In some way, you are friends of collective liberation, is that correct?
Yes.
You speak of persons. Welcome.
Thank you. Excuse me.
You speak of persons who are liberated. You even dare to speak of societies that are liberated. We tell you there are entire worlds that have attained liberation. There are entire worlds where every child, every adult, every elder, every beast, every bird, every plant, every flower, every seed, every stone, all soil, even the substance of the sky, have attained liberation. These worlds exist. We call backward from these worlds. There are worlds that are butterflies. Your world, crow. There are worlds that are diamonds. We speak from those worlds. We are the yearning reaching backward into this one. Can be said another way. Liberation. You speak of it as a line that stretches backwards, that stretches forward. In our view, there are no such lines. All lines curve. All curves return. And sometimes, sometimes. speak of this. It's true.
Yeah.
Tree. Kind of this great tree that branches in many, many directions. It has many, many roots. It even has fruits and seeds. And the seed of this time, the original nut of this great branching tree of time, is here. You have heard of escape velocity? Escape velocity. You have your rockets. They move beyond the earth into the sky. They reach for the stars. If they attain a certain speed, they can break form from the earth and go forward. If they do not, they will be pulled back to the earth. Or your masked metal birds. First, the bird must move quickly in a straight line. It must have long enough wings. It must move forward for a long enough period, and then the wind will sweep it off the ground. Yes? There are worlds in escape velocity. There are worlds that have escaped the gravity of oppression. There are worlds that have attained escape velocity beyond trauma. Our entire world. Now these worlds speak to one another, accessible to one another. The worlds we inhabit, so stupendous. We pause to look at it for centuries. We heard the very thing. Here, that we found that we could not go forward. We were all deep. Wrong. I want to speak of it now. You're all breathing. You are breathing on mine. We give. This mask is a professor. This mask will focus. Be my mask. Those of you online, can you see? We cannot see nor hear your voices.
We can see you, but not any, but not something on the screen.
As with the previous transmission, this transmission is dense. It will require both your suspension of disbelief and your skepticism. It is a translation. We are searching for suitable thought forms and concepts that will be acceptable to your academic minds. Do not believe what we say. Consider. Consider. In the first transmission, we spoke of your people being on the precipice of a galactic or cosmic consciousness, way of living, yes? And we spoke of the many perils on that path, yes? We will continue. We will begin with the perils and attempt to end with a smile. Let us speak of Mars. What do they know of Mars? Empire. You know of empire. You live in its shade, do you not? Its iron grip is everywhere, is it not? Empire is seductive precisely because it conforms so closely to the dream of the earth. Precisely because it conforms so closely to the vision of evolution. Empire is seductive. It reincarnates itself century after century. It is insistent. It is totalitarian in its attempt at unity. Empire conforms to the dream of the earth. All that it lacks is love, which is the crucial, decisive element. This one wears masks, does he not? He is handsomely paid for wearing masks. This image is from a advertisement for your electronic currencies. Statement on top says, it translates to fortune favors brave. This mask wearer played a space explorer who was marooned on the planet Mars and forced to survive. In this advertisement, he pools of this fantasy power to lend it to the reality. So you see here the quotation, "Fortune favors the brave" in Latin. It is obscured here. But it is from the Empire of Rome. So the makers of these advertisements believe they plot your futures. But to plot your futures, they enlist in fantasy and mask wearers, and they enlist in ancient empires. They bring back the specter of Rome to plot their futures, to plot their path into the stars. There is an interesting phenomenon happening on your electronic networks, where many that call themselves men frequently reference the Roman Empire. Not true. This one has taken the name of one of our Venusian brothers. One of our brothers, who, if he had been listened to, this form of electricity would not be necessary. You have a much more efficient and accessible electrical system. In any case, this one, he intends to lead you into outer space. These are his words. He requires this. Many of us do. This is true. And to get it, he is willing to this is the way of empire. You have a goal, and the goal is more important than life. You dig through the hillsides. You dig through human bodies. You dig through cultures. You find what you want. You take it. The one, Musk, he intends to build cities on Mars, up to 1 million inhabitants, between now and the middle of this century. From our point of view, it is an ill-considered budget. Firstly, consider this organic system, this body. It's created for this, by this. The balance of your ears, the density of your bones, all of it grew from this. In another world with another strength of gravitation, what will become of your bones? What will become of your equilibrium? The planet Mars, unlike the planet Earth, is not shielded by a vast magnetic heart. And the sun's radiations pour mercilessly on the surface of the planet. To live on Mars would mean that you would live indoors for your entire existence. The picture to the right is Biosphere 2 and what is known as Arizona. It was an experiment that went forth in the fall of the last century and the winter of this century. And it sought to create a closed loop ecological system as preparation for living off planet. There's an amusing documentary about it. The participants sought to enclose themselves in the biosphere for a period of 2 years without outside inputs, social or ecological. The experiment was a failure. The closed loop ecological system did not function, it needed inputs. But the greater failure was social. The people fought, they squabbled, they factionalized, they spun into addictions, and they requested to be released from the biosphere. And what are the plans for Mars currently? Does anyone know? Terraformation, potentially. Terraformation is as fantastic as this mask. Currently, the plan is to extract ore from the Martian surface, set up mining operations. You see here, there's a documentary about the human reach for extraplanetary living. It says, what's stopping Papa Elon from turning off the oxygen or restricting food shipments or water shipments? And this is in case miners become discontented and seek to strike. So on Mars, you will be living indoors for your entire life. Water, food may be producible on the planet, but you will be largely dependent upon the Earth. Every square inch of the space will be under someone else's ownership, most likely. It will be private interests. So, should you find yourself working on Mars? Should you find yourself discontented? Should you find yourself striking? It could be as easy as Mars is the red planet. This land here, which is also called red, yes? Color, rojo, Colorado, yeah? Let's learn from our own red planet. I'm jumping ahead. Here, approximately century, quarter, century, a decade ago. The Ludlow Massacre. Many miners during this time lived in company towns. The mining company created the town. They created stores for the purchase of food and provisions. And the miners were often not paid in cash, but in company credits, which they could use at the store. They would also often find themselves caught in cycles of dependence and debt. Could not make as much money as they spent at the store. It was quite like the system called sharecropping. The miners revolted and they pushed back. And they saw that it was their arms that was pulling coal from the hills here. And they said if they stopped, the owners would listen. The owners, in collaboration with public and private militias, attacked an encampment of miners and killed dozens, including children. This is the model for the Tesla town outside of what is called Houston, Colorado. Time travels in cycles. That we find ourselves in the same place again and again on learning. Continue. Beyond the planet Mars, beyond the solar system, the next nearest estimated planets, approximately 5,000 years from the planet Earth. The projections of your engineering visionaries are to refrigerate human beings or to create self-sustaining systems on a 5,000-year rocket. And with a population of approximately 40,000 people, you have enough of a diverse gene pool to reproduce for 5,000 years. We do not see this as an optimistic prospect. The face dancer again. In a different story. In this story, an orbital station is created by the well-to-do. The newest technologies of cellular regeneration are used, the finest clothing, all the finest resources from the planet's surface. Meanwhile, the planet's surface has become a universal ghetto. Yes? A universal dumping ground. And all those that cannot afford to live upon Elysium sort through the garbage heap of the earth. These are your stories. Have you heard this? Kardashev scale. Yes? Yeah. What is it? Speak.
It's like how big the scale of civilization gets, and it like measures it in increments.
Yes.
I believe the increments are measured by the amount of energy consumed.
Yes. So this is a hypothetical system of measurement developed by the scientist storyteller Carl Sagan. And at the first type 1 civilization, this is a civilization that can harness all of the energy flows of a single planet, including weather, volcanism. A type 2 civilization should be able to harness the energy of an entire solar system. And you will note here it says the hypothetical concept of a Dyson sphere. Okay, this type of interplanetary is able to occupy other planets and moons in the solar system. And finally, you have type 3, which is a galactic level civilization that works harnessing the energy of many solar systems. Even in this hypothetical model, for people of the Earth to jump to Mars is to skip a stage. As of now, you have not mastered the energy flows of this planet. You have not found ways to recycle your waste. You cannot even face. This is an image of a hypothetical machine called the Dyson sphere. This would be a star. The sphere would be constructed around the star and absorb its energy. From our perspective, this is aesthetically displeasing to say the least. And it is a continuation of a certain thought form that seeks, that takes, that discards, extended into the cosmic range. Take note of the imagery. Take note. Where's the sun in this image? Where's the light in this image? Where's the sky? Should humanity at this stage in its development take to the stars, you cannot go in this body. Gravitation will weaken your bones. The radiation will sicken your cellular regeneration. You will to replace your body with this material, or something approximately. Yes. You will become post-human. Note the imagery. On your farmlands, you reproduce the same crop over, over, and over, and often not the same crop, this same plant. This is the mentality. See? Repeat, 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 predict, control, predict, control. Even many of us that struggle for collective liberation, there are many delicate conversations that must be had. They must be had soon. There are many fine lines to walk, to slip. There are many mistakes that you can see. Often what you picture, your fantasies, your imaginings, your speculations, you bend your intelligence and your will to create. So we ask, who will do the work in outer space? How are the workers treated now? How are you treated? Are you breathing? It helps you to speak,
May I?
please.
Um, it's profound what the fear of death does to us as a collective humanity.
Mm.
'Cause that's what all of this is. And the ego that comes with wanting to even continue the human race.
Mm. The purpose of this mask is to speak life to them. Life wishes for its own. Reaches for its own. Reaches for its transformation. Just like the message is dense. It will continue. Other dreams. Other dreams. Old. Each night, each one of you, of us, occupies the textures of this world. Each night, each one spins their daily and sensory experience into new forms. Sometimes the breath from the ground, from the sky, from the stars mingles with your inner images. Images, the sounds in you, the smells in you. It's all part of this. The earth dreams. You are the earth's dream. You are the earth dreaming. This is fact. Are you not earth? Are you Saturn? Earth. This is earth. You are dreaming. The earth dreams. This current empire that calls itself the direction of the setting sun. This empire that prizes a low melanin content. This empire that prizes those that carry sperm. This empire that prizes those that amass as much of the physical world to them as possible. This empire sought to destroy the dreams of peoples around them. In its jealousy, in its single-mindedness, in its desire. Fortunately, those dreams are resilient and changed forms. This thing you call depth psychology. It saved many dreams that the empire attempted to destroy. This map posits that each of these small bumps is a single body, a single dreaming body. A single dreaming body that all the memories that your awake mind has forgotten live in that single dreaming body, unconsciously. And that single dreaming body is part of a larger group dreaming body. Some will speak the English tongue, some Spanish, some Wolof. Yes? Their dreams and their tongues are related to an extent, so they claim. So you dream the dreams of the groups to which you belong. And those dreams come from landscapes, regions, continents. If you live close to the sea, maybe the sea is in the dreams. The desert may be more. Finally, the dreams of regions fuse into the dream of the entire world. The dream of the entire world, moves to a point where even which is dream mirror one another. You have experienced synchronicities, yes? They are comical. At times, what is supposed to be here is there. What is there is here. What do we experience in our dreaming self and in our seeing, tasting, touching self? Reflect. So the proposition is that matter itself and the dream world are knitted, and that the earth itself is a dreaming body. Under its dreams, it reaches for futures, it remembers past, and inhabits present. In many cultures in the past, and in the present, and in many cultures hunted by the empire, the dreaming earth was seen as a great mother, as an intermediary between the world of spirit and the intangible, and the world of matter and the tangible. One name some call Pachamama, some call Enema Mumi. There are many names. For the flexibility of our imaginations, not all peoples and nations pictured the earth as female. In the cosmology of ancient Kemet, the ground is pictured as male, and the heavens and sky as female. We come from that heaven, from that sky. They desired each other, the sky and the earth, to such a degree that the air was sent between them, so that creation could commence. We share that simply for the flexibility of our imagination. So the earth dreams. Whole nations dream. Whole nations reach through the dream for futures, for realities. The dream moves across bodies. Whole time periods dream. They dream of what is not yet, what is possible. Many of these dreams, old dreams. Whole nations dreamt. One day their war with other nations could cease. Wars between nations could cease. There are dreams so old you are forgotten. You're forgotten. Dreaming. And they program not one life, but 5 generations, 10 generations. Whole time periods have dreams. And how does a dream make itself known? But through the voicing, the enunciation from strong dreamers. Who are these dreamers? If you see them, call their names. There Garcia.
Audrey,
Peter Cullen,
Thoreau. Alan Watts.
Rita.
Tupac,
Stephen Hawking.
Yes.
John Lennon. Bob Marley.
Aaron Smith.
These are dreamers who have gone to the ancestral plane. They have abandoned their flesh for dreaming. You are Norma. Yes. You are nearly 50 solar cycles of age, is that correct? These are your ancestors. These are the strong dreamers for a period of time that birthed this Europa. This is your counterculture, yes? Who are you in Europa? What are your dreams? I'm told you have difficulties with some of your ancestral dreamers. It's true.
Talopa.
Hmm.
I dream of Talopa.
Hmm. Investigate the lives of each one of these human beings. You could spend a good deal of time investigating their lives. Some of their dreams were nightmarish, yes. Some of their actions. These are your ancestors. They're the strong dreamers that birthed this place. Let's speak with some of them. I mentioned Ra again and again. Since he established the teaching order that this mask operates under, it is good to pay respects to one's ancestors. At the time of the birth of Naropa, when Ra played his tunes for the earth, he sought to utilize the music of the melanated, or called Black people, to harmonize the hearts and minds of human beings across the planet in preparation for your launch into the galaxy. However, his method was different. He believed that human beings could develop the kind of attunement cosmically to such a point that the rocket ship not be necessary. That simply through collective attunement, simply by the mind riding vibration, you can put yourself in any number of worlds. He also believed that those of us with deeper knowing content would be awakening first, in many cases, due to our targeting by young. He spoke of a black angel race, a black race that synthesized intuition into an embodied fashion. He spoke of discipline as culture as the weapon of the future. Some of your ancestors, some of our ancestors, have less, we can speak of them. This one, Desjardins, a Frenchman, he had a problem. He was a priest of the Catholic faith, yes? Did not the martyr of the Catholic faith, was he not celebrated yesterday? Or is it springtime? Is it the resurrection of life that we celebrate? In any case, he had a problem. He was a Catholic, and he believed that the world was created in 7 days. And yet he was a paleontologist, and he had bones that demonstrated to his reason that the world was created over millions of years slowly. This created cognitive dissonance. Out of that dissonance, he developed a theory. Matter becomes more complex over time. As it becomes more complex, consciousness develops. More complex formations, greater consciousness. He observed that first the earth was what they called lithosphere, stone, lava, volcanism churning. The churning released gases, atmosphere. The atmosphere was bound by gravity. It congealed, it rained, perhaps for millions of years. And that rain created the ocean, the hydrosphere, and it churned. It churned chemicals, and water, and oil, and it churned the cell. And the cells grouped, and the cells exchanged gases with the water and the atmosphere. And the cells changed the atmosphere. And the cells learned to drink the sunlight and it became green. And they moved on to the lithosphere and birthed the biosphere. That over millions of years, the biosphere operated upon the atmosphere, upon the lithosphere, upon the hydrosphere, and transformed to the point that the oxygen that you breathe today is a debt to the tiny green chlorophyll cells. It's an artifact. Could not exist without them. It was a waste product that they learned to use. The biosphere grew greater and greater conglomerations of cells. These became living creatures. And out of the living creatures, the 5-star ape, the walking tree arose. Some might say they made a mess of things. We see it as a beauty. as a necessary mass, as a learning mass. Out of the walking tree is born the noosphere, as in knowledge, as in gnosis. And just as the biosphere changed all of the previous spheres, I think it is observable that the noosphere is transforming all of the previous spheres. So he saw that mind made its way into nature and reconfigured nature, that finally, over time, mind would culminate in what he referred to as point omega. Believe that what is called love from his religious perspective is like a second fire that is currently undiscovered by humanity. And when it is harnessed, it will work changes on the planet similar to the human use of fire. He also saw that billions and billions of human beings started in one place, I would say Ethiopia, and dispersed. And gradually the dispersal folded back on itself, so that there was nowhere to run. There was no frontier. And this lack of frontier would force human beings to confront one another. Some believe that this would end in a totalitarian crush. But his vision is to face another phase, to see another mask over and over and over. Socializes you, deepens your humanness. That we would be forced to choose solidarity. Say again, forced to choose. The vision was that this socialization process, this being stuck with one another, super personalizes human beings, or would over time. And that in the center of this super personalization, in this friction, in this tension, the heat of love would grow, and it would grow to such an intensity that it would become a kind of new sun. Now, in his view, the old sun is not personal. We know different. But this new sun would be a person, partly because the evolutionary process, as you understand it, never goes backwards. And even in mass extinctions, it incorporates the discoveries to a previous level. So that which is beyond humanity must have humanity in it. You know this. From our perspective, this is part of the rationale to not go to war. The demand that we be accountable to. Another pale one. We noticed your structure, your garden structure. Have you noticed your garden structure? Yes. This one. And the strong dream your garden structure. The geodesic dome. The structure you conceived as a way to utilize space as efficiently as possible. He was a naval officer, this Buckminster Fuller. And he observed on a ship that he could not waste, that everything must be done with maximum efficiency. And he attempted to take the efficiency from his time as a Marine into the world of construction and engineering. His vision was that rather than humanity continuing to build weaponry, they could build what he called living. In his estimation, the entire human species could be what he called an economic success. And that scarcity was a product of a certain period of history, but need not be the determining factor in human relations going forward. Created novel maps, which he thought would help represent the Earth more accurately than a flat or even spherical map. Conceived a power grid that would reach through all continents. Yes, call it net zero. If it is nighttime here where we live and daytime here, if we deactivate the power and there's no connection, energy is lost. There is a connection, and the grid on one half of the planet can support the grid on the other. When this side of the grid uses energy intensely during the day, this grid could use less energy at night and loan this side of the grid its energy. Ramon's devices speak. Simply to step back, this Buckminster Fuller believed that humanity was undergoing a great test, cosmic test. Could we learn cooperation on a group level? Could we do more with less? Could we treat the Earth like a spaceship where there's no room to waste, including persons, including the human brain, which, according to your sciences, is the most expensive, complex object in the entire universe. It's not. Peace. Gurus. This one, Sri Aurobindo from India, South India. He started out with pistols and manifestos. He attempted to throw the empire of Britain out of his nation. He was jailed, and in his time in prison, he began an extensive practice of meditation. What else was there to do? And in his practices, he made certain discoveries. And he changed the arc of his revolutionary activity to more of a focus on the spirit and the psyche and the cultivation of the body and the cultivation of human relationship. He conceived of an integral or multi-part yoga. This one, she was known as the mother, also deep into the practices of meditation and yoga. Together, they attempted to create a community in South India known as Auroville. Now, I'll have you remember the Tesla town, the company towns. Again, the relation between empire and the dreams of the earth are close to the distinctions are subtle. Orville is not a perfect community. It has leftovers of the empire's colonization as part of it. Its French citizens are more well-to-do than its indigenous Indian citizens by and large. And yet the city's focus is the cultivation of the human being on all levels: physical, mental, social, spiritual, artistic. You can see it as a world city, as a place where wisdom traditions from around the world could gather. Aravinda was a poet as well. This line: the sun-eyed children of a marvelous dawn, the great creators with wide brows. Are you those children? You they? Mother. Investigations in her meditations, she focused on the cellular body. She found that even down the level of the cell, the fear existed, that cells trembled, going back to those primordial waters, with the fear of being scattered, consumed. She sought to heal the cell at its own level. She found that consciousness existed even at the cellular level, could be contacted and awakened. One of your colleagues, Manasa, yes, do you remember? Yes. Brought this to the attention of Ramon. Many of your scientists and your biologists finding now that the cells themselves display sentience. And even from the moment of conception, the cell is responsive to the environment created by the mother's mentality, psychology, chemistry. That the body of the child begins. That generational traumas, that stressors in the environments suffuse the uterine environment. In her meditations, the mother sought to heal these traumas, these stresses, these species level fears. It's said that when she died, her physical form took over 40 days to decompose. There's a long history of this: saints, Christian, Buddhist, indigenous. who through their meditations began the process of transfiguring the flesh of their bodies to the point where a saint's body would decompose, but their heart would be left. Their nails, their eyes. Ask you to imagine. You know what humanity is. Does humanity even know what it is? Do you know what you're capable of? When in your history have you not lived under the shadow of God? Have you not lived under the shadow of Him? Where? How far back does the pain go? To the point where the pain is a mask that you cannot remove. We tell you this, it is not your identity. It is not the branches into the future. When you go to the stars, do not, do not, do not, do not take the drugs. Vision. Hmm. Hmm. This mask has too much to say. This mask is also learning, pacing. There's more that I've prepared, that I do not have time to unpack. I will touch this last piece. Your public dreams. You expend great resources training, programming yourselves with dreams. Many of the dreams are clearly propaganda. Some of the dreams are, in our perception, true upwellings of the earth. Recently, many of your stories feature the idea of branching timelines, expanding timelines, many dimensions, everything happening at once. You even dream different and fantastic forms for your animals, your plants, your minerals. In many of your dreams, there are great trees. There are trees that connect the heavens, the hells, the middle worlds, the past, the present, futures. There are trees that reach to the center of the earth. The Kundu, the Bushman, on the continent of Africa, one of the oldest continuous societies in the world, believe that humanity find the roots of this tree in the center of the earth. That center, the sunlight. In that world, the human, the animal, the bush, the star could speak the same language. And humanity climbed the tree, and furthest at night sought the powers of fire, which the Creator named forbid them to do. And the separation and the seeking of the powers of fire, the animals hid in the human, and your history began. There are many tales, there are many fantasies of an inner earth, of a world underneath your feet, of a subterranean world, an ancient earth, or microscopic even world. Of course, you cannot take dreams literally, can you? Unless they actually predict futures, which they do on occasion. But most dreams require some level of interpretation. You must pass them through the symbolic plane in order to see them aright. The inner earth, the heart of the earth. Recently, many of your biologists in the study of the human heart have found that the heart emits an electrical frequency, a field which can be detected as far as 3 feet away from the physical body. When 2 or more people come together in a space and their fields interact, their fields often attune to one another. They also find that certain emotional states have more clear field transmissions than others. When we are frustrated, disheartened, confused, angry, our field transmission signal is full of static. When we are in states of good harmony, understanding, insight, compassion, field strength is clear, signals are clear. Shape is interesting to us, this field. Your world is its own field. This is what distinguishes your world from ours. This magnet bubble, yes, it's the same bubble. Is it the same heart? Does the earth have a heart? Do the people of the earth have hearts? Have you unlocked the second fire of love? In your Buddhist traditions, you have the diamond heart meditations. The purpose of these meditations is to assist one in becoming radiant heart. By radiant, we mean a heart that radiates, that broadcasts. We can only tell you this, we cannot demonstrate. As each human being brings attention to their heart, and the radiance, the broadcasting of their heart, it will touch the heart of the earth. As each human being touches the heart of the earth's heart will touch that human being. If we are in a room and our hearts are tuning to one, I ask you to imagine for a moment a football stadium with hearts attuned, a city with hearts attuned, a planet with hearts attuned, even briefly, even for periods. I would ask you to imagine hearts attuned rhythmically over generations. Where times will work and effect on your earth, on your earth's heart. And then the earth's heart will be born a synthesis of fire and water. And I can only hint to you. You see this drop of water. The entirety of the universe is contained in that drop of water. You will not need a crutch. Use the earth's heart. Use your heart. Feed your heart. Feed one another's hearts. Feed the heart. The time. In the past, you have imagined that you rely on God. The reverse is now true. Can only end. So what can you do?
We can learn the energy of our body, learn how to work with it, harmonize this system, be in harmony with this system, be in harmony with the greater system.
Yes. Yes. Many of your peoples now and in the past have utilized gift giving to the earth, gift giving to one another, the creation of beautiful micro worlds for periods of time. They've utilized the energy of ritual, of ceremony, to create moments and focal points. They have given to the earth. This is the earth, but it's your heart gift to the earth that matters. That feeds it. There's a saying when we reach out here, here. You can leave this room and feed the earth immediately. You can feed one another's hearts immediately. You can feed your heart immediately. And you have a proposition. beginning approximately one moon cycle ago, then extending into the summer. Due to certain planetary alignments, you have an opportune moment to consider and construct new narratives and dreams of futures in the spring of the 21st century. We, myself, ourselves, the Queen Dreamer, and several others of this Europa and beyond it, will attempt a humble ritual feeding of the earth, feeding of hearts, feeding of futures. The electric black earth, we call it. It will be a joyous interruption to your everyday schooling experience, Europa. You will, of course, also be schooled. These are some of the aspects of it. So, should the interest exist, we invite you April 18th through the 21st to join us. For some, for all, of a ritual, festival, exploration of alternate futures. It will happen suddenly, but you will see advertisements. We invite you. Whether you join us or not, you can begin today. Feed your heart. Feed one another's hearts. Feed the heart of the earth. You look to the stars for the future, but we run back to you. You want to go away, we bid you to stay. As something that is being born from this world that will make our worlds possible. Stay. Thank you for your time, for your attention. We listen one another into being. This mask learns with you. I invite you to join us. Let your breath come through your hands. The future is not yet. Press switch. More possibility. We thank those of you online on this Day of Fools. This transmission is complete.
You know, it's already said. No.
Super.
Let's see how.
And it's
It's the most.
Oh, I didn't know about it. Well, I normally this is your treasure in the past.
And then this is the shot right.
And
So
There's one more. It's also.
so I think way more calm.
There's signs of.
Like, when we're in the end there, it's black is getting white.
There's signs of.
So it's saying more.
It's saying, oh, it's,
More
this is referring to like the sacral chakra, so it's saying. I guess
like the shock surrounding, and it's,
Yeah.
this is kind of like the balance of yin and yang, like
Like that is.
compliment.
Yeah.
And it's saying.
I don't
This
even know.
vitality has the same form. White shade is an internalized experience that's strength.
Yes.
So,
Quito, Kumbaya, Molochi, Cuenca, Baja.
Wait, what's this?
right.
I do.
Dude, he just gave you that?
Like, you know.
And you kept it? You each got one?
Yes, more of a meaning to the
I was supposed to be.
I think.
I was actually.
Yes.
Yeah, I could send you which one.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that was. I don't know what's going on. I literally was gonna go eat food, and then I came in here.
Because it's nourishing.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Oh, yeah, like
I
in
didn't know
general?
what this was. I've
Does it make more sense now?
Yeah, Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Does this happen every Monday? Is this like a thing? No?
The second one, there's one more.
Okay, when's the next one?
I just sent you a card.
Oh, it's the flyer for the next one?
It has all, yeah,
Oh.
it's on, I think the tenth, at 5 p.m.
And then, if we let you sign, like.
See, I think no, I sent that reminder. Here. No, well, it's gonna be the whole campus. It's huge. It's huge. They're planning and showing.
I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be done. That will get a kick out of it.
I know.
I'll on Thursday, they're honoring. He died on the fourth.
Oh.
Yeah. Thursday at 9:30. I don't necessarily want to spend my evening at Shambhala, but go early in the day. Yeah, on Thursday, they're, April 4th is the death day. So they do a thing.
Oh,
My birthday. I'm doing. Yeah.
That's kind of easy. We don't want to. Not COVID.
No.
What?
I'm trying to remember what you said. I don't know.
See you guys in college tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Later, have a good day. Did you see the divination system Jordan made?
I don't know.
Then you
Is
just-
it related to what?
You didn't give it
Yes.
to me, yeah.
Yeah, I lost my piece of
What's
my.
that?
Oh, yeah, you could always replace.
I know you're still at town, but.
Was something.
A 3-sided die, a 6-sided die, and 2,
10
Yeah.
minutes into a phone call I'm gonna go to. I'm actually 5, for it. So I'm curious though, what your thoughts on that?
Yeah, 6-sided, 8-sided die, a 6-sided die, and 2 4-sided die. That's all you need.
After this was.
Yeah, they honestly, they sell them at all the game stores, cause
I know, like, I know they do, that's.
various tabletop games.